Alright, so what's going on, everybody? In this video I'm going to be showing you how you can make your custom level in my game Synchronistike Part 2. So in the level select you have these 7 main levels. I also have an additional 8 level called custom level, and if you press start, so it plays one of the stock music loops on Scratch, and it does like that spam projectile thing, and the level doesn't end. I'm gonna basically just show you how to do this. When doing this, it's best that you go inside and then remove this script and hide the thumbnail so that it doesn't distract you. So now here you are in the project. You want to go in here called Level Layout 3 Custom. And here I put a comment saying use the sprite to make your custom level here. And it's right underneath the title bar. It's on the second row, so it's not that hard to find. Alright, so first of all, well, you don't have to do this in first, but if you have a track ready, you can go into level select sprite, go into the costumes and to the level 8 sprite here, and you can rename your level, so level 8 whatever, and you can just name it sample level or something like that. Yeah, custom level. You can also change the color too if you want, so just change it to like purple. Then you can, you can't do it like that. You have to change it. So you take the text, use the color picker, and then choose the color of the outline, and there you go. So once you got your track ready, you can name it there. You can go back to the level layout. This is where the layout is. So it has the start sound dubstep. This is one of the stock samples in the sounds file Scratch. So that's cool. And here is where you do the attacks. So here it's just gonna do a spam of projectiles, and it repeats every 10 times. I'm gonna show you first how to use these attacks first. Okay, so let's start off with the first attack or obstacle, which is called EN Crush. Oh, by the way, the EN in these sprites stands for entity or enemy. So any sprite that has EN, that's what you have to use for the level, as an obstacle, of course. So this is the first one called Crush, and basically when you start cloning of it, it will just do like a bar coming down. It crushes down on you. So that's why you have to stay away. By the way, when you're doing the level layouts, make sure you create clone. No, don't use a broadcast or whatever, cause that's gonna take too long and stuff. It's way easier when you do create clone. So yeah, so basically how to add the crush, you just put it here, create clone of EN Crush, and there you go, it's right there. Let me remove the weight. If you can use the weights for like to help sync it up a bit, and leave an offset. So if I set this to 0.5, okay, so it happens very lately, and if I do 0.15, it does it immediately. So I'm going to keep that 7 and then place it here. So that's that. So that's that first attack obstacle. The second one I've made is called Bomb. So basically, you go. This is where the bomb enemy is. So you create clone. It drops down a bomb here, and it explodes in like a second. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I think half a second, or a second and a half, I should say. So again, so we can use the weight here. So put this here, bomb. Okay, that's a bit out of sync, so let's just raise the seconds up. There we go. You can even duplicate them so there's two shooting at the same time. I did this in some of my main levels here. You can do it as many times as you want. You can go crazy, make it impossible if you want. I mean, it's not that impossible. All you have to do is duck down, but it's best if you stick with 2 or 3. The next one is called Entity Projectile, and it's basically, yeah, these things that rain down. So there's 2 versions of this. There's these bigger ones, and Projectile 2, it has these smaller ones, and they go faster. So you can use either one of those if you want. Okay, so this enemy I've only used in level 1, which is the spinning sine enemies. So it's like a sine wave that's spinning around. Well, it's a sine wave that's vertical, not horizontal. That's just a level end. You can actually customize the level ranking, the end show, so you can change whatever ranking letters or numbers or whatever you want, if you want. Next, okay, so anyways, we got the next enemy. This is called shock left and shock right. So I'm pretty sure you know what this does. So for this one, you need to use a variable. So set a variable, set it to shock lesson time, depending on which sprite you're using. For this one, it's the left. So you're gonna have to use left. And the lasting time is basically how many seconds or how long do you want it to last. So if I set it to 5, it goes up and it goes a very short amount of time. If I set it to 25, it does it for a longer appearance. Same thing for the right side, except you have to change the variable to the right. Go to control here. I'm just doing this to showcase it. And again, it does the same thing. So if I set it to 15, it just does the same thing on the right side. Now we got the next, okay, that's projectile 2, I showed that one already. Okay, next is sidebar. This one's a bit more technical, or a bit complex. So you're gonna have to use 2 variables for this. The first one is the sidebar side. So which side do you want it, the left or the right? If you want it on the left side, let me click on that. So if you want on the left side, you have to put the letter L in this, and the speed, you just put how fast or slow you want it. So I set it to 5 on default. So it will show up here, and then it will slide here. If you want to do it on the right side, make sure you set the sidebar side to the right, and so the speed to the negative. So if it's on the right, you have to set the speed to the negative number. So like that. So if we go to the level layout, we create a clone of that, clone of this sidebar. And then we get the 2 variables. Make sure they're on top of the clone. Get sidebar side, sidebar speed. So set to left, and we'll use speed 15. And place it with the layout and see what it looks like. Nice. Let's try it with the right side. So right, and then make sure it's on negative. Otherwise, the enemy will just keep going this way and not this way. Yep, that's pretty cool. I think you can clone this. Well, you can clone it, but you have to set a delay for it. So 0.25. Yeah, so that's how you do that. Okay, so with that one, we have, these next 2 enemies are what I use in my level 7 to 4, and it's basically just a big circle with the number 7 or the number 4. They show up randomly, of course, and yeah, pretty much similar to the crush, except it's always on the screen. So let's we can add that if we want. So let's just set to 0.5 and set create clone of entity 7 and entity 4, or enemy 7 or enemy 4. So there they are. Nice. Oh, and by the way, if you don't have to use this stock sound. You can use your own music if you want. If you have it in your files, you can just drag it or like upload it here, right here, and then you can just, you know, make your level there. That's why I made a custom level editor right here. Oh my god. Can you believe that there's this, I made a level editor on Scratch? That I'm not the only one who did that. Okay, these ones, the tropical trees left and right, this is what I used in Tropical Islands level. This one you have to use a broadcast. This is not a clone. So in order to have the trees show up, you have to broadcast show trees. So if I press show trees, they show up here and they do their loops animation. And also you would have to hide the trees too. So broadcast hide trees, and that's how they hide. If you're gonna use that effect, make sure it's in the beginning of the level so that it doesn't mess up the level. So let's see what it looks like. Nice. We can just hide the trees after that. Where is it? Hide trees. There's other, and you might notice that there's other background effects you can do, but I'll show them off in a second. Let me hide the trees real quick. Okay, so that is that. Okay, next, now we got another enemy. This one is called enemy horizontal beam. So it's basically a beam that shows up on the horizontally. And if one shows up like right here, that's like literally touching a player, you have to duck down. That's the only way you can get avoid it. When I was making this enemy, I had to create another game mode mechanic for the player, so that's why he does like a duck down animation when you press S on a level. So okay, gradient switching. This is another background effect you can do. So for this one, we don't have to show trees anymore. I already showed you how to do that. So for this one, broadcast, show gradients, and also hide gradients for however long you want it to be on. Oh yeah, make sure, again, same thing. Make sure you hide gradients or whatever background effect you use in the beginning of the layout. Yeah, so it only showed up for a second. Let me just do that for a bit longer. Yeah, so you can see that it's doing a gradient effect and it's doing like a rainbow color switch. So that's really nice. There's still one more background effect I added in, and it's in the last main level I did, Chips on Tunes. But oh yeah, by the way, check out my other Scratch game, one of my previous Scratch games, Chips and Tunes. Is a pretty fun game. You can find it on my profile in Scratch. So yeah, so basically the pixel background, it does like this, a bunch of squares forming an X, and it spins and it hides, and it's just 2 frames, one going on one as an X and the other as a plus, like in a 90-degree angle. So if you want to spawn that, it's the same way. Just show pixel background, hide the pixel background for however long you want it to be on, and put it at the beginning of the layout. Yep, so it's right there. And there's still, okay, there's one more enemy I've added in, which is called Tetris. It's basically just, yeah, also in Chips and Tunes level. If you keep spamming it, it will spawn like different shapes of Tetris blocks, and they come down really slowly, Tetris style. So to add those, just same thing. Just go here, create clone of the Tetris enemy. And if you want to use multiple, just go to repeat. And if you want to put a delay on each spawn, just put a wait and then put them for how many seconds you want. So 5, so we make it repeat 5 times and have a delay half a second. Okay, so and if I didn't have the wait, a bunch of them will spawn at the same time. You can do like a lot of difficult stuff here. Oh my god, I don't think it's possible. Yeah, make sure you don't spam this enemy though, because it's gonna be impossible for you to beat. Just do like a 1.5 second delay if you want. So yeah, so do this, go here, 25, repeat 5. Nice. And so that's basically the basics on how you make your custom level. And if you once you're done, just do like a wait block and then broadcast level end. Make sure you broadcast level end so you're able to end the level. And make sure you put the script of the layout back into the if block so that you can actually play it. So with that, let's check it out. We'll go here, press S, and go to level 8. Yeah, again, rename it to whatever you want. I forgot to put a bracket here. Alright. Okay, well normally you would have to make sure all the enemies are away before you end the level, but yeah. So if I get hurt like a bunch of times, so I'm at 4 health and it will tell me the rank is B. Yeah, make sure you don't put enemies. Yeah, so that's it. That's how you make a custom level in my game Synchronistike 2. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. See ya, everyone. This is a track that I made just to avoid that copyright claim. There is no way you can report me. This isn't copyright, so you can't report me. Do I have to rhyme all the time? No, I don't. I don't need to rhyme. Rhyme with itself. Rhyme with